When people ask me what it's about, I always say it's, second chance photography. I think in the very beginning it was hard to just let other than friends on Facebook or something, see these images. I would tell, the chaos in my life or whatever that was going through, and I started kind of attaching stories to all those. And what I notice now is it shows, even if people aren't buying something, they come up and most people will start reading those stories. And just watching the expressions on people's face. Typically about every show I'll make at least one or two people cry or tear up. So I like to share that, because if anybody can find, again, it's about second chances. So if anyone can relate to any of the pain and chaos that went on in my life, and they can take some of that and see the good that's in my life now, I like for people to know that part, the story, that there was a positive outcome. When I first started doing it, I was in New York, and just the amount of large abandoned buildings, not inside New York City, there's nothing abandoned inside New York City, but once you go to the outlying area, there were all these psychiatric hospitals and things like that that at one point held 10, 12,000 people. There's no need for those anymore, so there's a lot of, what they called back then asylums. There are a lot of asylums and hospitals and schools, and a lot of it was because I was in pharmaceutical sales and I was driving around, or people would message me. And now we've been doing it long enough where I've got a buddy that we'll kind of pick a city to go to, and we'll kind of just put it out on social media and say, hey, we're coming to Chicago, we've got an idea of a few places we want to go to. Does anyone have any recommendations? And I've been doing it long enough, and I'm not vandalizing these places, and we're not breaking into these places. We're just taking photos. And so, so I've gained a trust and some credibility for people to now tell me, where places are. So when we're looking for a place, I'm looking for history, for architecture. You want the peeling paint, you want, the bright colors. You hope that, there's a piano left inside or a chair left inside or something like that. A lot of times, people think just because something's abandoned that, that I'll want to go and shoot it, and it's not. If it's not aesthetically pleasing, or if it has a drop-down roof which shows that it's a modern building, it's just not something I'm typically going to shoot. And that's why the vast majority of things I end up shooting are old asylums, old churches, and a few handful of old hospitals. If you look at the majority of my work, that's probably 80% of the things that that I'm printing and showing to people are those types of places. I'm a local artist, and to be able to do such a premiere, one of the top art fairs in the entire country, it's again, just like someone hanging my work in their home is an honor. It's also an honor to know that out of, 1,400 artists that that I was selected to be able to do the show is it's pretty incredible. And I feel like almost kind of from the guy that just 10 years ago wouldn't have called myself an artist, and I'm now in one of the top art shows in the country, it's pretty cool.